anima. If I am the president, yo, if I am the president, yo, if I anima, obodo ya malanima, okuya ne wogenine, miliadio, oboluzo yadi. Ife gadema Ife dioku ya joy Deba yoku koram nono
So it wasn't a very bad day today in the city of Columbus. Temperatures were quite moderate, at least as far as winter is concerned. It's 40 degrees as we speak, which is not so bad. Yesterday was far below that. And in the next couple of days, we may run down further. But then today is a pretty nice day here in the city of Columbus. I presume, or I would assume that it is the same case, you know, in your own part of the world. 19th of November 2018, 11 days to the end of the last but 1 month of 2018. I hope you're already counting your blessings one by one as we move towards the end of 2018. Thanks for joining us on Apex One Radio. We're broadcasting from Columbus, Ohio in the United States of America, and our tentacles are stretched and we touch the four corners of the world. Welcome to this evening segment of broadcast, which will begin with a fresh edition of On Board with Ernest Kanjo. On Board with Ernest Kanjo is a journey that kinds of pays tribute to young Africans who make the continent tick in their respective ways. Actors, musicians, playwrights, educationists, and what have you. And so, at exactly 25 minutes to 6 here in the studio, I think it's time for us to kick off with On Board with Ernest Kanjo. So, if you are ready, my producer Maxel Adid and his co-producer Sharon Dion, who are producing the show from Valsuch in Switzerland and Limbe in Cameroon respectively, tell me they are ready. And so I'm ready as well. Let's go.
Hey friends, come to think of this, the world has become so competitive and giving birth to people we describe as movers and shakers. See how they excel in their craft and contribute to the development of their community and their society. Their stories are fascinating and inspiring. Their examples are worth emulating. Their successes are great. Here comes a platform that tells those stories with the people behind them coming on board to do so. On Board with Ernest Kanjo is that journey which ferries you into the lives of Africa's illustrious sons and daughters, at home and in the diaspora. The one-on-one top-profile interview is every week on Epex One Radio. On Board with Ernest Kanjo, be Kanjo's next passenger.
Mi homie Keremongo Me webe memo Yekinya like a pepon Maybe my imunu mahongo memle
Hello there and welcome. This is On Board with Ernest Kanjo. Ndamo Damarise is a household name in her country's film industry. Having been around for just a few years, she has displayed exceptional acting skills in a good number of highly classified movies. The Cameroonian actress rose to recognition through some of the movies that enjoyed comfortable ratings at international film festivals and competitions, including What Z, Samba, Apple for Two, and the list continues. Also known for her multi-talented nature, Ndamo doubles as a TV host par excellence and has been on the famous TV film show on set. Her prowess has not gone unnoticed. Only 2 days ago, the actress, known for her brilliance in all her performances, became the best African actress in supporting role through What Z, produced and directed by Delphine Itambi. This was at the 2018 Zulu Arts and African Film Academy Awards in London in the United Kingdom. From then, she tells us the story of this latest achievement, plus the one of her bright movie and TV career. Ndamo Damarise is the main passenger on board this radio ride. And so welcome to On Board with Ernest Kanjo Fresh Edition, the one of the 19th of November 2018. Marcel Adid is producing the show from Valsuch in Switzerland, accompanied by Sharon Dion in Limbe, Cameroon. My name is Ernest Kanjo and I am the conductor on this radio ride. Don't go away, we will be back with you, and when we do, our guests will join us on the ride. Then the journey will begin.
Sol Benesima Maye me barmen pingin munubede. Inuni dibikai digwe mundu. Meme gwebe topo pele. Nura bisol benestima. Meme gwebe lisol nalingo. Maye me barmen pingin munubede. Yeah, me. Maye me barmen pingin munubede. Yeah, me. Yeah, me. Maye me barmen pingin munubede. Yeah, me. Yeah, mo.
– 19 minutes to 6 here in the studio of Apex One Radio, 19 minutes to 11 in the United Kingdom, precisely in the aged-old city of London, from where the protagonist on this edition of On Board with Ernest Kanjo will be speaking. Ndamo Damarise is an actress par excellence. She is the main passenger on this radio journey, which kicks off right away. And so, without much ado, let's go to the United Kingdom and say welcome to our guest on the show. Damaris, welcome.
Well, thank you.
How are you today?
I'm fine. It's really cold here in London, though, Bert. I'm holding up.
I can imagine it's the same situation here in Ohio, United States of America, but we are keeping it warm here in the studio. And of course, our radio journey will also keep it really, really warm. We are happy to have you on the airwaves of Apex One Radio today. So once again, you're welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Right. So, like I mentioned in my introduction, you are a movie actress who also have other skills, which we shall be talking about in this edition of the show. But then, for the sake of those who are coming across you for the very first time, could you just reintroduce yourself?
Well, I am Ndamo Damarise, a Cameroonian actress and TV presenter. Presently in London on a film festival award ceremony, Zafa Global Awards. And it's been a pleasure coming on Apex One Radio.
Right. The pleasure is equally ours, and we're glad to have you on the show today. So let us just know a little bit about you, your upbringing, where you came from. Then in the course of this journey, we shall try to trace the journey of your future. So where did you grow up?
I'm just a modest lady who grew up in Kumba.
Mm-hmm.
I was born in Kumba. I grew up in Kumba. I went my primary school, high school, secondary, everything in Kumba. So it's been like that.
Okay. And so could you just take us back to some of those great moments when you were growing up in Kumba as a child?
Yeah. During my secondary and high school days, I was in Presbyterian High School, Kumba. That's a boarding school. Mm-hmm. And all my classmates knew me to be the lady who is passionate about art, social things, because I was a social prefect in lower fifth and assistant song prefect in Form 4. Mm-hmm. So I've always been somehow affiliated to art.
Okay.
It's been my passion. Yeah.
That's interesting. So take us quickly through your educational parcours: elementary school, secondary school, high school, and even university.
Okay. Like I earlier said, I had my first school in GBPS, Kumambeng, that's in Kumba, like I said. And I went ahead to PHS Kumba, where I had my ordinary levels. And I specialized in A1, that is English literature and history. Yeah, French as well. Because I've always wanted to be a translator.
Okay.
It's always been my dream to deal with languages. That's what pushed me as well to go through the university bilingual letters, that's English and French in the university, a 4-year program, which I graduated with combined honors in English and French studies in the University of Boya.
Wow. Right.
Yeah, and even while that, I've been pursuing my career as an actor. It wasn't really so pronounced then because I had to deal with a school and that at the same time. But there are times when I would just go on set and do one or two things. So it started.
Beautiful.
There.
So if I get you well, you express yourself in very good English and French.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you get to do movies in both languages?
Yes, I just did a short film in 2018 with Patrick Timbe. Yeah, I played a lead role.
Okay.
El Uli. Yeah, I equally did Life Point, a French movie as well by Kanyan Kwai.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay.
So.
That's
both.
good. Her name is Ndamo Damarise. She is a movie actress and, of course, a TV host as well. She's speaking live on Apex One Radio, and the show is on board with Ernest Kanjo, a radio journey that pays tribute to those young people who make the continent of Africa tick in their respective ways. Apex One Radio broadcasted from Columbus, Ohio, in the United States of America. We'll be right back with you, Damaris. Don't go away.
On Board with Ernest Kanjo, a top-profile face-to-face interview that presents some of Africa's illustrious sons and daughters, making the continent proud. On Board with Ernest Kanjo, just on Apex One Radio. Get on board and be Kanjo's next passenger.
Get on board and be Kanjo's next passenger. Our current one is Ndamo Damarise, movie actress, TV presenter. Welcome back, Damaris. Welcome back, Damaris.
Thank you.
All right, so let us begin by looking at your career as a TV presenter. For how long have you been doing this?
TV presented is something I just discovered about myself this year. I started first with on set. That's with Stefan. He actually inspired me to do this. He was like, on a certain day, can you join me? I want to invite you as a guest host for on set. And I didn't even believe I could do it. But when I went there and we started working, I discovered I can actually do something like this. And not long from then, Mr. Elena Menget contacted me to host one of the biggest film festivals in Cameroon, which Camif. So I did the red carpet of Camif. So from hosting on set to hosting Camif, it's just been like, discovering that different side of me. And I really love it, actually.
Right. Right. So a lot of people know you on set, and I think it's been a great experience being on that show. Tell us exactly what do you do on set.
Like the guest host, I literally back him up. We present the show together, and we give the latest vibes. Because on set is all about the pride of Cameroon cinema. So we specialize in film, in upcoming events, things like that, like putting the film industry on the map and giving people all the latest gist in the industry. So it was really a great time working with Stefan. I actually learned a lot because he's a good mentor.
Okay.
And I discovered there are times when I actually present in French as well. So
And what has been the feedback of the audience? What are people telling you vis-a-vis on set?
Oh, that it's like you're literally waiting for the time, because it was around 8:30. It's like they're literally waiting for that time to reach, and everybody's like asking me like, what's happening? When is sunset going to begin? Like everyone wants to watch, and they love the show. My mom, particularly, she would tell her colleagues, and everyone would be watching, and they really loved it.
That's interesting. And so her name is Ndamo Damarise. She is a TV host, actress as well, and she's really talented. And she's telling her story on African, not African Fiesta, but on board with Ernest Kanjo. Apex One Radio is the station. We are broadcasting from Columbus, Ohio, in the United States of America. Our guest is speaking live from the United Kingdom, precisely in the H.O. city of London. Show produced by Maxel Adit from Valsuch in Switzerland and Sharon Dion in Limbe, Cameroon. My name is Ernest Kanjo. So let's talk about Ndamo Damarise, the actress. For how long have you been performing in movies?
I started in 2015.
Okay.
That's 3 years now.
That's pretty short period of time, whereas you've done so much. So tell me, what inspired you into acting?
Acting. You know, that's one thing about acting, because you get to go away with anything. With murder, with you can literally do anything and go away with it. But the main thing which inspired me to do what I do is using my God-given talent to reach out to people. Because the world now, we believe so much in what we see. Media has a lot of impact in the life of people. So me using media as a point of contact to reach out to people, to touch lives, to do certain things which no one has ever done before, really motivates me to do what I do.
That's interesting. And do you have like someone who also inspired you, like an actress you were looking up to and being inspired by their works, and that kind of spurred you to become an actress as well?
Yeah, this will be an actor that will be honoring.
Okay.
Because I started my career with him. He trained me during a workshop. So from there, he really taught me on how to do certain things, on how to be a good actor. I'm not really there yet, but I'm working towards that. And I look up to him. He inspires me to do what I do, because these are people who, they don't actually give up on what they do. And when you look at something like that, you just feel like you want to go on, and no matter how tough it is, there's just some light at the end of the tunnel.
There is definitely light at the end of the tunnel, especially when you have some senior colleagues in the industry who inspire you, whom you look up to. The case with Ndamo Damarise, who looks up to people like Anorin Mwendemo. And so that is how the story of an actress who has won awards as well is on radio. She is the main guest on this radio journey, reaching you from Columbus, Ohio, in the United States of America. It's exactly 6 minutes to 6 here in the studio, and time for us to continue the radio ride, but this time with music. So you're going to catch your breath for just a short period of time, Damarise. Then when we come back, the story of your career will continue.
Okay.
It's Real Beats.
Let's go. 1, 2, 3, come on. This sweet life where people know the understand I'm the killing in it tonight. And just to shut up for your deep push it tonight. My papa. They Google my name and you check my life. Almost have people sabi na photo. Me a the jingle. But many people too much not for me. I just enjoy my life, yeah. This make life where people know they understand I'm the killing me tonight. I just shit up for you, the push tonight. My papa, whether they born you today or they born you before. One day, before you go know you go enter for ground here. So when life give you kucha, you take and you wash your band, molo. When life give you orange juice, now your portion in Christ, yeah. If you think say you fast pass your shadow, hey, something be wrong with you. You think say I make sense, my brother wisdom, now your portion in Christ, yeah. So my fitting say I don't go low, oh no, I never go low. I just keep pressing, make we bouge. This make life where people know they understand I'm the killing me tonight. I just shit up for you, the bouge tonight.
AGB in that beautiful piece of music there titled Sweet Life. And of course, the artist is accompanying Ernest and Damarise on this radio right. Call it On Board with Ernest Kanjo, reaching you from Columbus, Ohio in the United States of America. And of course, it's exactly 3 minutes to 6 here in the studio. Same time in Maryland from where we have scores of listeners joining the show. And so we're going to delve into Damarise's filmography to see just the movies she's done and how she got on board the various projects, her experiences in those projects. But then, before we do that, let's go back and find out just what she's done as far as movie production is concerned. So, in what movies have this star featured in or starred in? Sharon John now takes a look at our star of the evening's filmography, and from Limbe, she now joins us. Good evening, Sharon.
Good evening to you, Ernest. Thank you for having me on air. It has taken just 3 years for Ndamo Damarise to pick up a front seat spot in her country's film industry, and one of the actresses who are fast making their way into the golden books of African cinema. Between 2015 and now, the award-winning performing artist has starred in 9 solid films, some feature, some TV series, and other short films. When she hit the road in 2015, Rumble, produced and directed by Bilibom Ndive Lifongo, was her first stop point. Rumble is a TV series. The following year, Ndamo took on yet another gigantic production and TV series, Samba, produced by Brenda Shea Elong and directed by Anna John Scott. That same year, she moved on to work with Kanyan Kwai in Life Point, another award-winning movie. The Audition, The Applicant, a comedy skit, was Damo's next assignment, produced by herself and directed by Ntebunje. She shot the film in 2016, making it the 3rd production in 1 year. In 2017, Ndamo got on another TV series, this time Apple for Two, produced by Brenda Shea Elong and directed by Anna John Scott, same makers of Samba. That same year, she did what has today become her Zafa movie, that is What's Z, produced and directed by Dolphin Itambi. Still last year, Ndamo worked with Kanye and Lami Nokolin in A Good Time to Divorce, a movie that enjoyed maximum publicity. This year, the actress has starred in 2 movies. First, El Ulwi, produced and directed by Patrick Timbe, and Diamond on Dirty Road, produced by Proximbu and directed by Anna John Scott. Her movie journey continues.
Good morning, beautiful
Thank
people.
you, Anna.
It's Saturday, and you are listening to Sweet FM 98.5.
Let's go.
Sokoto, say Akonto,
Angelina, do me a bellefou. Now you don't bellefou. Ah bébé, je m'en fous. Ah bébé, je m'en fous. Now we Otina, Sokoto, Otina, Sokoto, Otina, Otina, Sokoto, Otina, Sokoto, allez Otina, Sokoto, Otina, Sokoto, Otina, Sokoto, Otina, Sokoto. I be say I love you so, but you tell me no, no, no. Make we go my bungalow, then we do re mi fa so. Baby oh, I go love you, make you no worry. Baby oh, if I give you belly, now me my girl. So baby give me that bum bum, give me that bum bum. Baby give me that bum 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 bum. Give me that bum bum bum. Baby give me that bum bum, give me that bum bum. Baby give me that bum 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 bum. Give me that bum bum bum. Angelina do me a bellefou. Now you don't bellefou. Ah bébé je m'en fous. Ah bébé je m'en fous. Now we Otina, Sokoto, Otina, Sokoto, Otina, Otina, Sokoto, Otina, Sokoto, allez Otina, Sokoto, Otina, Sokoto, Otina, Sokoto, Otina, Sokoto. Bébé fais-moi cadeau, bébé donne-moi tout vas-y, bébé be my Belinda, oh, bébé donne-moi tout vas-y, baby oh, I go love you, make you no worry, baby oh.
Magasco in that 2018 beautiful piece of music. They call it Masterpiece, titled Sokoto. It has brought the time to 2 minutes past 6 here in the studio of Apex One. This is exactly 11:02 in London, United Kingdom, from where our main passenger on board this radio ride now joins us once again. Ndamo Damarise is her name. Welcome back, Damarise.
Thank you. Good to be back on board.
All right. So we just listened there to Sharon Dion, who took us on a ride across your film career and, of course, the movies you've done this far. One of them is Samba, which is a TV series that has won some international awards already. It's produced by Brenda Shea Lung and directed by John Scott. Tell us about this production. How did you get on board Samba?
Okay, Samba was like my breakthrough in my career.
Mm-hmm.
Me getting on Samba set was like a miracle because I didn't actually attend the audition of that movie. And on a certain day, by recommendation from my performance in the Rumble, because Rumble I played a minor role, so I got a recommendation for Samba, and on a fateful day, I was called to come get a script for a supporting role. I played the character Loretta Eba. So I was called by Sir Anarine, and he handed me the script, like, oh, this is your script, and you're going to work with us on the set of Samba. And I followed, went on set, the Lost Stars, and we started shooting. But back then, I was going to school. I was still in the university. That was like my third year in the university. So I had to deal with both school and work.
Right. Now, Samba was a very gigantic production with a very huge cast. The Epaules, Sangilos, Adekelis, you name them. So tell me, what was your rapport with these frontline actors in that production?
Okay. Going on set, meeting all those big faces, big names, I was just, as humble as I was just like, let me see how it feels like to work with people like this. And I'm really happy because they really welcomed me. They didn't make me feel like, you're just coming in and you can't do nothing. They encouraged me to work, like to give in my best to bring out the outcome I brought out. And it was like a back-to-back shoot because it was a really big movie set, a lot of cast, like so many people coming in from different parts of the country. So I had to work with a lot of people, but I'm glad because the set was really like a family. We related well, and they treated me really well as well. I really want to thank Ma Brenda because she put in her 100, in fact 500% best to make sure we had everything we needed on set, to make sure our relationship on set was very cordial. So it was like a convenient environment to shoot. You know, there's one thing being on set, and there's another thing being on set in a convenient environment enough to bring out the character.
Right. I understand you've done other TV series apart from Samba, including Apple for Two, The Rumble by Billy Bob Ndive. Tell me, how different are these ones from Samba?
Oh, they're really, really different. Because let's say Rumble. That was my first movie. I had to back then. I was doing a 6 months course in Yaoundé, and was called to come do Rumble in Boya.
Right,
being my first movie. I left all the way from Yaoundé to do that movie in Boya. It was a minor role, a court registrar. I had to play that role. I didn't really see like it was a minor role. I felt like it's something I had to put in my best, no matter if it was just going to be like 2 scenes or 5 scenes. I just had to give it my best like it was my last. And that is what I did when I went on set. And after that, I traveled back to Yaoundé and continued my studies. Then after some time, that is after Samba, after Life Point, I got called to play a lead role in Apple for Two TV series by Omega One Entertainment, where I had to star alongside international actors like Nadia Buhari and Bishop Ime. So that was like a mega breakthrough for me. Right. So they are totally different movies in different and peculiar with experiences.
We're speaking with the Best Actress in Supporting Role as per ZAFA 2018. Ndamo Damarise is her name. She is a movie actress and TV host par excellence. She is the main passenger on board this radio ride, reaching you from Apex One Radio. We're broadcasting from the United States of America. Now, let us go back to Rumble, which was projected on TV nationwide, and a lot of people watched it. Tell me, what was the reaction to this TV series, and what were people telling you as regards your performance in it?
I don't think so many people have watched Rumble because it's not yet been released in Cameroon. It's mostly being internationally. That's Golden Movie Awards, where he grabbed about 3 awards during the nomination. So I don't really think most Cameroonians have watched the movie. But from the trailer, from the interviews, it's really been good, positive vibes I've got from my performance and the other actors. The class as well, the quality, everything is just tops.
Right. Then Diamond on Dirt Road. It's another film you did not too long ago. Tell us about it. How did you get on board this film, and what was your experience in this production?
That's a really interesting one because it brought out totally different side of me. Diamond on Dirt Road, it's a movie produced by Prodigy, Melvin. He contacted me for that movie. He was out of the country then. He contacted me for that movie. And he wants me to play a movie, but it's kind of different from the other movies I've played. And surely Diamond on Dirt Road, it's really a different movie because they had to do music. And this is something we Cameroonians don't usually do. Right. It's more of like the foreign kind of movies, like the Black American, things like that. So the concept is really unique. And he contacted me to play the lead role. that's the main actress of that movie. And getting on set, it was a totally different experience for me. And I did something new I've not done in any other movie before, which is sing. I sing, like it's about a character who did not really believe in herself, who has experienced so many things, so many misfortunes, but later she's been discovered, her talent, which takes her to a whole new level, and she now becomes like this artist everybody looks up to, not like a contemporary artist. So it really brings her out to the world and transforms her life for good, despite all the negative things she's gone through. So I believe people really relate to this character. That is Khadija. That's a Muslim. I had to dress. I had to put on the hijab. I had to put on really like big clothes. Trust me, that was a really beautiful experience for me.
Now, one thing I noticed with Ndamo Damarise is that virtually all the movies she's taken part in have won awards and have been, recognized even internationally. I'm talking about films like Life Point by Nkanya Kwai. I'm talking about Apple for Two, What's the A Good Time to Divorce, and of course others. Tell me, how do you feel about this?
I feel fulfilled. You know, there is one thing to work and people do. In fact, there's one thing to work and there's another thing to be recognized by what you do. So doing all those things it just makes me want to work harder. Like getting the award, it doesn't mean like that's where I have to stop. It's just like an encouragement for me to keep pushing, because it's just the beginning of everything, especially the film industry. We are getting to a level where, in fact, the industry is darkened to its crest, and this award has just come to crown everything and make it more putting in my best, putting in more hard work and more research, more watching different movies from other nations, to learn and to build myself as a person.
We are speaking to award-winning Ndamo Damarise, movie actress who has featured in 9 films since 2015. She's pretty new in the industry, but then she's achieved quite much. The Rumble in 2015, Samba 2016, Life Point 2017, The Audition, The Applicant 2016, Apple for Two 2017, still in 2017, What's the Then A Good Time to Divorce. El ou Louis, then Diamond on Dirt Roads. This, the movie she's done this far, and she is currently in the United Kingdom, where she has just been recognized as the best actress in supporting role as Zafa 2018. Now, Damarise, you're going to take a very short break. When you come back, we will delve into another subject, but then still about your career.
Dere là-bas, dey oh anwo. Dere là-bas, dey oh ekwo. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nandre kule kebyo. Je serai président, j'y tiens tellement que je suis prêt à tuer. Schéma classique d'une comédie politique. Aujourd'hui on tue des gens qu'on veut gouverner demain. Asala wawa wile. C'est trop, un peu de respect pour nous. On assiste à une baisse des valeurs morales. Quelle éducation voulez-vous inculquer à vos enfants? Plus besoin d'école pour devenir ministre. Et on me dit c'est pour que mon pays se porte bien. Aïe aïe aïe, ma patrie se meurt. Sa vie n'est que vice, déjà trop de sacrifices. Pays oh c'est combat oh. Yeah yeah yeah.
Espoir Demille in that beautiful Zulu piece there, which has brought the time to 17 minutes past 6 here in the studio of Apex One Radio, situated on the northern belt of the city of Columbus. It's exactly 11:17 in the United Kingdom, precisely in London, from where Ndamo Damarise is speaking. She is our main guest on this show. She now joins us once again. Damarise, welcome back.
Thank you.
Right, so tell me, I know it's difficult to do self-assessment, but you should definitely have known yourself better after sitting back and watching what you've done on screen. So if you were to evaluate Ndamo Damarise as an actress, what score would you give yourself?
Evaluating myself, that's always the difficult thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's always better for people to tell you, because the viewers have their own different ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what I would say is each movie I find myself in, I try not to do the same thing. I try not to be Ndamo Damarise, but I try to be the character I have to be. There are literally times I do certain things where I get out of myself. I even forget my name. And they call me and said, I don't really even realize that's me.
Mm-hmm.
So I really get into the character, like this, the one I recently did, Diamond on Dirt Roads,
Mm-hmm.
where I had to play Khadija, the character Khadija.
Okay.
I literally forgot my name on set. I only remembered after, and I miss that character so much. So essentially, every set I find myself, I try to bring in something new.
Mm-hmm.
I try to find myself, the character in it, and that's one special thing that character has to offer to reach out to people. So it just keeps me going.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't really say I'm the best, but I try to give in my best.
Usually, film directors are some of the best people to evaluate an actor's performance. Tell me, what have Tebonje, Kanyakwa, Delphine Itambi, Ena John Scott, and all the directors you've worked with been telling you about your performance?
They've always loved working with me. They've always loved working with me, and they keep telling me how much I put in my best in what I do. Because there's one thing I always do on set, like I try to keep away every distraction, like my phone or anything, and try not to stress my directors up.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can be talented, but the attitude is really important as well on set, and how you relate with other actors. So with my directors, it's really been a good relationship with them. And any day, anytime, I'm very certain they'll call me if they have any other project.
I have spoken with countless actors, as a matter of fact, and each time I ask them to explain what their main problem in the industry is, they would tell me is the fact that they do movies and these films end up in drawers and are never ever put out there. Is that the problem you face as well? If not, what other challenges do you face as an actress in your country?
The main thing I think we face in the industry is marketing, because we have those stories, we have the good actors, we have the camera, we have everything, the good lighting, the technicians are doing their best, the actors are doing their best, the screenplay writers are doing their best, producers as well. But the films don't sell. That's why other countries can really recognize what we do. But I'm really glad, because lately with the awards we're taking, Cameroon is actually getting on the map in film. But we need to work on marketing strategies. I really think if we can work on that part, we'll really be better. Because Nollywood, they are excelling because of their marketing strategies, like what they've been using. Same as Hollywood, same as Bollywood. We can actually watch Bollywood movies in Cameroon, same as Hollywood movies. That's because we put in enough work, investment for those movies to reach out to other parts of the continent. So I think if we start doing that, it will really sell us out.
Marketing, that has been the biggest problem in Damarise's film industry. Hopefully something will be done someday and there will be headway. Okay, so tell me, as an actress, what are your ambitions? Where do you intend to see yourself 5, 10, 15 years from now?
Oh, that's quite a lot. Well, I don't intend ending as an actress. I see myself as this, I see myself as this woman who wants to bring up other young talents.
Okay.
Yeah, especially with the fear of the Lord. Like being in the film industry, doing something, like being an evangelist for Christ, at the same time, helping out young talent, at the same time reaching out to the world on social issues,
right?
Stigmas people go through every day. So even having a film school where I could train ladies on how to, have that personality, because it's one thing to have a personality and there's another thing to be an actor. Those two things, you need to really work on them for you to be like a good actor, because talent does not suffice. So me training young talents, me producing movies, that's a concept I came up with, and I'm still working on it. I came up with a concept of like sexual violence, and I'm still working on that. I just want to do things where I can reach out to people, I can encourage people in life, because I believe life has a lot to offer, but it depends on how you see it. So I just want to be that woman who will stand out from others, who will encourage people to believe in themselves and to do what they believe in, to excel.
Hers is a giving back approach. She just wants to do things that will encourage other people to excel. Her name is Ndamo Damarise. She is the main passenger on board this radio ride. Have you thought about producing a film as well? Because these days we see actors moving from acting to removing money from their pockets and investing it in production.
Of course, I will definitely produce a movie. Like I said, I don't intend ending as an actress. I intend to be a movie producer, a director, a screenplay writer, and an actress at the same time. So I just want to be like, that filmmaker, full package.
All
so
right.
I got something coming up.
All right, that is an information there. We're going to keep our fingers crossed, and once that thing comes up, we'll definitely be told and we'll inform you. This is On Board with Ernest Kanjo. Don't go away.
You are listening to On Board with Ernest Kanjo, a top-profile face-to-face interview that presents some of Africa's illustrious sons and daughters, making the continent proud. On Board with Ernest Kanjo, just on Apex One Radio. Get on board and be Kanjo's next passenger.
Our current passenger is Ndamo Damarise. Welcome back, Damaris.
Thank you.
Now, tell me, are you a member of the National Actors Guild of Cameroon? Let's discuss politics a little bit.
Well. I'm not.
All right.
I'm a registered actor under the arts and culture. I'm a
Okay.
registered actor.
All right.
Yeah.
So, generally, how would you rate the industry? How would you rate your country's film industry?
Well, before I would say that the Cameroon film industry is a baby industry. Before I would say that, but now I can't say that. A lot of things are happening. You hear directors, producers producing movies like almost every day. But before we didn't have things like that. But now you can leave from this set to another set. So the industry has really grown. And other countries are beginning to know and discover Cameroon. So I can say Cameroon is at that point right now where we just have to keep going and going because we are already in the map. We are not trying to be. We are there already. Because with the numerous awards, they actually respect us. And like in London, they actually respect us. Like the Helen Paul and all those people who have worked with us as well, who have been in Cameroon and see what we do. They give us that respect. So I can't say Cameroon is a baby industry. We are actually there, and we just have to keep working.
Right. In as much as so much has been done, there's a lot of improvement as we speak. There is still something which everyone feels is lacking and causing the industry to lag behind. What do you think is that thing, and how can it be worked upon to make sure that the industry runs smoothly?
Well, we can never have a perfect industry. Even these big names like the Hollywoods, the Nollywoods, they all do have lapses. So for now, like I pointed out, the marketing it needs to be worked on. Um, we need to have more screenplays as well. Because there's another thing I noticed. Most some movies like the storyline, we need to make that more affiliated to us. Like it should represent us like Cameroonians. We should not always try to incorporate the culture of others. So I think original movies will really be great. Like I saw something coming up, Ifayo by Billy Ball. I watched the trailer and I'm really, really impressed because it's like a typical Bakuri culture. That's something I really encourage in the film industry because the Nigerians, you see, they have their identity. The Hollywood movies, they have their identity. We need to find our identity and work on those other little things, and we will be great as well.
Okay, a beautiful one there from our main passenger on board this radio, Jenny Ndamo Damarise is her name. She is an actress, TV presenter, and she hopes to become a film producer and, of course, even run a film institution. Well, we hope that that will happen, and if it does, we will all be happy about it. I'll be right back with you.
You are listening to On Board with Ernest Kanjo, a top-profile face-to-face interview that presents some of Africa's illustrious sons and daughters, making the continent proud. On Board with Ernest Kanjo, just on Apex One Radio. Get on board and be Kanjo's next passenger.
Our current passenger is Ndamo Damarise, speaking live from the United Kingdom, precisely in the age-old city of London. London that recognized her through Zafar last Saturday when she was declared and pronounced the best African actress in supporting role. Damaris, welcome back.
Oh, yeah, you can't say thank you enough for bringing me back on the show.
Right. So tell me, when you sat in the hall 2 days ago at the 2018 Zafar night, And at one point, someone pronounced your name as the best actress in supporting role. What was your immediate reaction? Describe that to us.
Oh, before I get to that, I just remembered something like during the filmography. It's actually Sangilong who is the producer of the comedy skits, directed by Tebonje. Okay. Right. Now to your question, I felt like I was floating in the air. As you watch the video, I almost had nothing to say. It's something like she didn't really expect it. Being nominated alongside the Nigerian actor Tonto Dike, the other big names and all that. Not like I didn't believe in myself, but it was really an inexpressible experience I felt.
So tell me, was this your first Zafa nomination?
I didn't get you.
Was this your first Zafa nomination?
Yeah, it's my first Zafa nomination. And honestly, this is my first award as an actor.
That's interesting. So tell me, what does this maiden recognition mean to your career as an actress?
Ooh. It's like work. Like, it's like a wake-up call. Yeah, you've been doing this, and maybe you felt like people were not really watching, but now, people have been watching, and they're really inspired by what you do, so you just have to keep working. And now it's just making me want to work even harder and not stop.
Wow. So you are inspired more.
Of course.
And motivated. That's beautiful. So this award came through What Z produced and directed by Delphine Itambi. We were supposed to have her on this show, but for some reasons we couldn't. So tell me, how did you get on this project, and what character are you playing in the film?
With movie.
What Z from where you grabbed the trophy?
It can be Delphine. What Z? I heard about What Z while I was working on the movie Apple for Two.
Okay. So
I heard it can be Delphine had to produce a movie What Z. I didn't really know I was going to be in that movie. But after I was done with Apple for Two, I got a recommendation to work on the movie What Z. So I met Itambi Delphine that day. She handed me the script and we talked. I fell in love with the script immediately because it has a really important message to pass out there. I fell in love with the script, and I when I saw my character, Kate Adam, she's a weirdo. She's a writer. She's an artist. She has so many personalities, and bringing that character to life was some work to do. It had to do with love research. It has to do with watching tutorials online and trying to bring out something different from what I would normally do in my other movies. So I had to put in a lot of work, and finally we started shooting. I met Kate, I met Paige, that is Gobina Charlotte. I met Anne-Marine. I met Libota McDonald. I met Onyama Laura.
Right.
It was so great. And when we started shooting, everyone put in their best. So it was just going on and on. We were more like a family doing something together, like people who believe in themselves coming together to do something they believe in. That's what actually motivated me to put in what I did. And by the grace of God, giving me an international recognition.
Did you at any point during this production think that you could win an award through What Z?
No way. I had no idea. I had no idea. Yes, it came in as a bomb.
It came
Yeah.
as a surprise to her, yet she
Yeah.
had it. And of course, we are speaking to the best African actress in supporting role. Her name is Ndamo Damarise. She's in London, speaking live on the show. So, to whom do you dedicate this award?
Hello.
To whom do you dedicate the award?
Do I believe?
To whom do you dedicate this award?
Oh, the award.
Mm-hmm.
That award is so special to me. And it came at a time when I've really been through a lot with the passing of my late father. So this award is just like everything to me right now, to my family. It's really a great something. I just believe it's the work of God. So this award, I'm dedicating it to my late father. This award is to my late father, Mr. Kerry Andrew Ndamo. I really wish he were here to actually see everything, but I know wherever he is right now, he's so really proud of me, and I'm dedicating it to him.
Okay, may he rest in the Lord. So tell me, are you hoping to have more awards in the nearest future?
Yes. Yes, I believe I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So
right.
I know there's more awards coming.
More awards will definitely come. She's undoubtedly a very fantastic artist and actor. She is an oral artist par excellence. She speaks so brilliantly on television, on movie sets, and of course, this is the outcome of her hard work awards. And she's in London after having harvested the Maiden Awards through Zafar. So you're going to catch your breath again. When we come back, we will be negotiating the last band of this radio journey.
Joe on the beat.
Mano Maximax Trop classe, first class MM
Zone Tag Music.
Qui te dit mon amour est là et ça va jamais finir. Ma for you, c'est les mamans bébé, je peux te jamais mentir. Oh bébé, je vais te donner l'amour. Oh bébé, je vais te donner l'amour. Je t'ai croisé, ton sourire m'a attrapé. Je suis devenu esclave de ta beauté. Je suis devenu prisonnier de ton amour. Ma chérie, je ferai tout pour toi. Tu m'as jamais, je suis devenu fou. Je m'appelle Maximax, call me Maximax. Tu me rends dingue, dingue, dingue. Je te dis mon amour est là et ça va jamais finir. Maintenant faut you c'est le maman bébé, j'ai pété jamais menti. Je te dis mon amour est là et ça va jamais finir. Maintenant faut you c'est le maman bébé, j'ai pété jamais menti. Baby get the diva, for all the girls that you be clear. With you on the hammer, you love the chat me like the buster. Hey, come on, yeah, yeah, yeah. Baby, wow, 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 wow. Baby, wow, hey, you know, Jimmy, wow, yeah, 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 yeah. Hey, come on, yeah, 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 yeah. Baby, wow, 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 wow. Baby, wow, hey, you know, Jimmy, wow, yeah, 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 yeah. Je m'appelle Maximax, call me Maximax. Tu me rends dingue, dingue, dingue. Je te dis mon amour est là et ça va jamais finir. Maintenant faut you c'est le maman bébé, j'ai pété
Maxi Max in Lamu, beautiful piece of music there, which is on promotion on Apex One Radio. Masterpiece produced by Zontac Records with Emmanuel Takuzi at the helm. It has put the time to 20 minutes to 7 here in the studio of Apex One Radio. It's exactly 20 minutes to 12 in the United Kingdom, from where our main guest on the show is speaking. Ndamo Damarise is her name. She is an actress and a TV presenter. She's just won an award, and from now onwards, call her the best actress in supporting role on the continent of Africa. On Board with Ernest Kanjo now takes you to the last stretch of this radio journey.
You are listening to On Board with Ernest Kanjo, a top-profile face-to-face interview that presents some of Africa's illustrious sons and daughters, making the continent proud. On Board with Ernest Kanjo, just on Apex One Radio. Get on board and be Kanjo's next passenger.
Our current passenger is Ndamo Damarise. She now joins us once again from the United Kingdom in London. Welcome back, Damarise.
Thank you. With the intro, which is quite an interesting intro, them, Ernest. I actually didn't believe that was me.
Thanks for the compliment. So, I understand there is what we call professional solidarity within the industry, and just to test how you work with other colleagues in the industry, what rapport you entertain with them. I'm going to have this exercise with you. It's going to be very brief. So I will cite the names of some of your colleagues, and each time I do so, I would like you to say something about them. Are you comfortable with that?
Okay, sure.
Right, so you met this gentleman on the set of Samba. His name is Jeffrey Epule. He's one of the frontline actors in your industry. Tell me something about him.
Oh, Epule. Epule is a very nice person. He is a very, very funny person.
Mm-hmm.
You may never know that, because some people must see him like the one with the poker face.
Mm-hmm.
But he's a very interesting person. And this was one of the people on set who made me feel at home, like I am not any less because I'm a newcomer or anything. But he actually made me feel like I can even do better,
mm-hmm.
and he inspired me to bring in what I did on set.
Mm-hmm.
So he's a nice person. I will work with him any day, any time.
She will work with Epule any day, any time. And so this other one has worked with you as well. You met her on the set of Samba as well, and she happens to be the producer of a comedy kit which you starred in. I'm talking about Nsang Delong.
Delong is a weirdo. Delong is something else.
Mm-hmm.
If good thing, we were together in the same school.
Mm-hmm.
That's the same high and secondary school. That's Presbyterian High School. So me meeting her again in the field of acting was like, we've been together. So it's just like let's work, let's go on. So it's more of like a sister, and we go along quite well.
Mm-hmm. Chifo Valerie is his name. He's a frontline actor in the industry as well. You definitely would have worked with him.
Who? Who's that?
Chifo Valerie.
Oh, Valerie. Of course. I've worked with Valerie several times. It's like a Diamond on Jet Road. We worked together as well. He's a nice person, and he's a great actor. I would say that he's a great actor, Chifo Valerie. I've seen him work and interpret characters in a very great way. I don't know how any other actor would do that same thing, but he's a good actor. I'll say that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm not so sure you've worked with her yet, unless you debunk it. But then she's one of the frontline actors in your industry. She belongs to a generation which is much more older than yours. She's also been described as one of the most intelligent and brilliant of the industry. I'm talking about Yijika Solange.
Oh, Jika Solange. I don't know why everyone keeps saying this. The Sila, we look like sisters. It's funny enough, we've never worked on any set before. We had to work on a couple of sets, but she's been busy and she could not make it. So there was a set we had to work on recently, but it's been like pushed forward. But I know we definitely going to work together someday.
Right, so she hopes to work with Ijika Solange someday. We're looking forward to that. What about a Solange Ijika Ndamo Damarise deal in the movie? That would be fantastic. So, if we continue, we won't ever we won't ever end. So, let's leave it there. But then, Damarise, want to thank you so much for joining us on the show. But before we go away, let's just have some information about you. So when you are not on set acting, when you are not presenting a TV show, what else could you be caught doing? What are your hobbies?
Okay. First, despite being an actor, a TV presenter, I'm an evangelist as well.
Okay.
So, yeah, I put up write-ups, inspirational write-ups. I do love writing.
Mm-hmm.
I do love writing, like inspire people into other things. I equally do carpets.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I'm not presenting a TV program, I'm doing a red carpet show.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm not doing that, and in my closet doing some write-ups.
Right.
And if I'm not doing that as well, it's just into a lot of things. I don't believe in specializing in one thing. We can do so many things as artists.
Okay. Right, so tell us about your favorite traditional delicacy.
Oh, that would be kati kati.
Ah, wow.
That's my traditional delicacy.
That's interesting.
I'm from the Northwest region. So.
Wow, that's interesting. So tell me, are there some actors who inspire you on a daily basis, on a regular basis, either Africans, Americans, what have you?
Yep. I have a lot of them. It's like a list. And I can't name over it. I just named some of them. I'll start with my country. I'll honoring. He's a great actor and he inspires me. Yeah. I'll also talk about Gobina Charlotte. She's a great actress. We have Onyama Laura. Those are my colleagues who are really doing a great job in the industry, and I can't help but celebrate them. And looking at Hollywood, we have this Johansson. She's a Hollywood actress. She inspires me to work as an actor. I just love what she does. Every movie I see her in, she tries to do something different, and that's what keeps making me work extra hard to bring out that personality in the movie. So I have a couple of people who inspire me, but that's all I can name for now.
Right, so we are just a few meters to our final destination on this radio journey. So, Damaris, tell me, there is this little girl out there who has movie acting ambitions. She also hopes to produce a movie someday. She also hopes to appear on some prestigious stage in the United Kingdom, United States, France, and receive an award, just like has been the case with you. If you have to advise her, what would that be?
Well, I have some people writing me about things like that, but I just think this is a good platform to talk on it. Being an actor is not all about the fame, the cameras, the fans, paparazzi, and all that. It's all about using your personality to do something like others cannot do, because you are on that platform where others will find themselves on a daily basis. So you being an actor is not just for the cameras and all that, but it's to use what you have to reach out to people out there, because it's our responsibility as actors, to be the voice of the world, to be the voice of the people, to talk to people, to be themselves, to encourage themselves. And if you're that actor who has a dream of being, if you're that person who has a dream of becoming an actor or anything artistic related, I know people keep saying believe in yourself, but don't just believe in yourself. Believe in yourself and act upon it. Because there's another thing in believing yourself, there's another thing in doing nothing about it. Because trust me, you may believe in yourself and you do nothing about it, it will bear no fruit. You have to keep walking. You have to have the willpower to go extra mile, to get out of your comfort zone. Because in your comfort zone, you will accomplish nothing. You have to learn. You have to take trainings. You have to attend auditions. You have to attend film festivals. Get to familiarize yourself with the field. Get to do research. Get to watch tutorials online. Get to watch other movies. Invest to learn. Invest to know. Invest to build yourself. Invest to do something people have not done before. Because if you don't do that, you only be a carbon copy of what the world wants to see. But be what the world needs.
Invest in yourself, invest to learn and do something people haven't done before. Believe in yourself, but then don't stay there. Act when you believe in yourself. Go beyond the camera and do extraordinary things. You are the voice of the voiceless. You need to speak for the people as an actor. The message has definitely gone across, and it came from Ndamo Damarise, who has been the main passenger on board this radio ride. I should remind you that she is the current Best African Actress in Supporting Role as per ZAFA 2018. I want to thank you so much, Damarise. Congrats on your recent achievement. Congrats on the great job you've been doing.
Thank you very much.
And just keep it up.
Thank you so much. It's really been a great pleasure being on the show. And I'm honored, Mr. Edas.
It was our pleasure as well to receive you on this great radio ride, which has finally reached its destination at exactly 8 minutes to 7 here in the studio of Apex One Radio. It was a fantastic journey. And so at exactly 7 minutes to 7 here in the studio of Apex One Radio, we put a full stop to the show. Time for us to turn off the engine. The engineer on board was Maxwell Adik, assisted by Sharon Dion in Victoria. Ayo Akinoli was in charge of the tickets, and Gracie Boise monitored the journey as we rode on. I am Ernest Kanjo, being the conductor on this locomotive. I'll be with you again tomorrow on Apex One Radio. And until we meet, it is bye-bye and may God bless you.
Hey friends, come to think of this, the world has become so competitive and giving birth to people we describe as movers and shakers. See how they excel in their craft and contribute to the development of their community and their society. Their stories are fascinating and inspiring. Their examples are worth emulating. Their successes are great. Here comes a platform that tells those stories with the people behind them coming on board to do so. On Board with Ernest Kanjo is that journey which ferries you into the lives of Africa's illustrious sons and daughters, at home and in the diaspora. The one-on-one top-profile interview is every week on Apex One Radio. On Board with Ernest Kanjo, be Kanjo's next passenger.
Let me